Most people designing a living room, dining room, and kitchen in one space make the same 3 mistakes. They push all the furniture against the walls, thinking it creates more room, and end up with a space that feels like a waiting room. They choose a dining table first, and then fight everything else around it. And they pick a sofa that is either too big or too small for the combined footprint, and spend the next 3 years shifting it 2 inches in every direction, hoping that is the problem. But here is the truth. Getting 3 rooms to live beautifully inside one takes a specific formula. A layout sequence that starts in one exact place and builds outward. A furniture selection rule that every interior designer uses and almost nobody else knows about. A lighting system that creates 3 completely different moods inside one shared space. And a color strategy that makes your combined room look like it was designed by someone with a serious budget, even if it absolutely was not. Whether your combined space is 400 square feet or 1,400 square feet, whether you are in a studio apartment or a new build with an open plan the size of a tennis court, today I'm giving you the exact formula that makes it work. Stay until the very end, because the final tip is the one specific furniture rule that expert designers use in every single open plan they design. And once you hear it, you will never arrange a room the same way again. Before we go into the formula, if open plan living, combined spaces, and design that makes one room feel like 3 are your thing, subscribe right now and tap that notification bell. New videos every week, and this is the channel your home has been waiting for. Okay, let's build this space. The first thing that makes a combined space formula different for different homes is size. And most design advice ignores this completely. Giving the same tips to someone in a 350 square foot studio apartment as to someone in a 1,200 square foot open plan new build. Those are completely different challenges. So let us establish which type of combined space we're working with, because the rules change. Small open plan kitchen and living room spaces of 10 to 25 square meters require smart solutions. Linear or concealed mini kitchens, adjustable lighting, and space-saving convertible furniture that create the perception of greater spaciousness. Medium-sized open plan spaces of 30 to 45 square meters offer balanced layouts where it becomes possible to insert open kitchens, peninsulas, and equipped walls, or to use modular sofas and suspended furniture for a harmonious distribution of functions. Large open plan spaces of 50 to 60 square meters or more allow a large kitchen with peninsula or a sculptural island to become the protagonist of the entire domestic scene. 3 categories: small, medium, large. And the formula for each one is different in specific, important ways. Let's go through all 3. So no matter which one you're working with, you leave this video with the exact approach for your space. The small combined space, let us call it anything under 500 square feet, is the one most people assume cannot be done beautifully. They are wrong, and the proof is on every design platform right now. A small open plan kitchen, dining, and living area is not only possible, it can be spectacular. Designing an open concept layout in a small space involves using visual tricks like consistent flooring and light paint colors, smart zoning with rugs and furniture, and selecting multifunctional pieces to create a cohesive, spacious, and highly functional home. The small combined space formula has 5 non-negotiable rules. Rule 1. One floor material throughout. Match your floor finish across the zones. It makes everything feel more connected. Stick with a light floor to reflect light and make the room feel bigger. The moment a small combined space has different flooring between zones, even a subtle change between kitchen tile and living room timber, the space is visually divided in a way that makes it read smaller, not larger. One continuous pale floor creates a visual field that the eye reads as one expansive surface. The room feels larger before a single piece of furniture is placed. Rule 2. Furniture with visible legs. Expert designers working with condos under 600 square feet consistently recommend one rule above all others. Choose furniture with visible legs. A sofa that sits on legs rather than sitting directly on the floor reveals the floor beneath it, which creates depth, makes the room feel less blocked, and allows light to travel under and around the furniture rather than stopping at its base. In a small combined space, visible leg furniture is the single most reliable way to make the room feel less full and more spacious. Rule 3. The drop-leaf dining table. A single-wall kitchen with integrated appliances can share a compact room with a love seat, a wall-mounted media console, and a slim drop-leaf dining table without feeling cramped. Every element earns its square footage. In a small combined space, a full-size rectangular dining table is a space commitment that most square footages cannot absorb. A drop-leaf table, full-size when needed for 4 or 6, folded to a slim console when not in use, is the furniture choice that lets the dining zone earn its place without dominating the room on the 8 evenings out of 10 when nobody needs it at full extension. Rule 4. The linear kitchen. In a small combined space, the kitchen configuration that preserves the most floor area for living and dining is the galley or single wall. All kitchen functions along one wall, not taking up 2 walls in an L shape that eats into the central floor space. An L-shaped kitchen. Place the kitchen along 2 adjacent walls and invest in smart corner cabinet solutions like a Lazy Susan or pull-out shelving. This ensures you do not lose valuable storage space in the deep corner where the 2 cabinet runs meet. Rule 5. Vertical storage. In a small combined space, every inch of wall height above head level is storage that costs no floor space. A compact space made bold with clever lighting and built-in appliances. The dining zone blends right into the kitchen without breaking the flow. Floor-to-ceiling cabinetry in the kitchen. Floor-to-ceiling shelving in the living zone. Everything going upward keeps the floor clear and the combined space breathing. The medium combined space, between 500 and 800 square feet, is the most common configuration in homes built in the last 20 years. And it is the one where most people make the most layout mistakes, because it is big enough to feel like it can handle any furniture arrangement, but not big enough to forgive the wrong one. Step 1. Identify the kitchen configuration and establish the work triangle between the fridge, sink, and stove. Step 2. Place the dining area in the space directly adjacent to the kitchen for convenient serving and natural flow. Step 3. This leaves the largest remaining rectangular area for the living room, allowing for flexible furniture arrangements without interfering with kitchen workflow. That sequence: kitchen fixed first, dining adjacent, living in the largest remaining zone, is the layout formula that works in every medium combined space regardless of room shape. Most people do it backwards. They decide where the sofa looks best, then try to fit everything else around it, then wonder why the kitchen feels disconnected from the rest of the space. In 2026, open concept living is all about flow, with living rooms and kitchens designed to feel connected yet intentionally defined. The focus is on cohesive color palettes, smart zoning, and statement pieces that create subtle separation without breaking visual harmony. From oversized islands and sculptural lighting to layered rugs and multifunctional furniture, today's open spaces blend comfort with clean line sophistication. The island in a medium combined space is the dividing element that most dramatically changes how the space feels. A creamy sectional, pale oak floors, and inky black pendants that feel effortless. This open layout lets the kitchen island double as a social anchor while the dining nook basks in soft window light. The island that works best in a medium space is counter height on the kitchen side, standard 36-inch work surface height, and bar height on the living side, 42-inch seating height with bar stools. This height difference creates a visual distinction between the cooking zone and the social zone without any physical barrier. You can see over it, talk across it, and a glass of wine over it, but it clearly marks where the kitchen ends and living begins. In a medium combined space, the dining zone sits between the island and the living area, not as a separate room, but as a transition. A round table with 4 chairs positioned, so the chairs can pull back without hitting the island behind them or the sofa in front. A single pendant above it, on its own switch, that can be lit independently to create an intimate dining moment while the rest of the space is in softer light. Here is the design problem most people do not anticipate when they first see a large combined space. The one where the kitchen, dining, and living all share a room the size of a hotel lobby. The problem is not too little space. The problem is too much. There's a reason the open kitchen living room keeps dominating Pinterest boards year after year. Americans are not just knocking down walls anymore. They are rethinking how shared spaces actually function for cooking, lounging, entertaining, and even working from home. In a large combined space, anything over 800 square feet, the risk is not that the room feels cramped. The risk is that it feels like a hotel lobby. Empty, echoey, grandiose in a way that feels impressive to walk into and terrible to actually live in day to day. A common mistake hosts make is pushing all the furniture against the walls to create space. Counterintuitively, this makes the room feel emptier and conversation harder because everyone is too far apart. Instead, pull seating pieces toward the center and leave the perimeter for walking. Interior designers call this floating the furniture. It creates intimate pockets where 3 or 4 people can talk comfortably, while others drift between the kitchen and the bar setup. Floating. This is the word. In a large combined space, every zone needs to be pulled away from the walls and anchored in the center of its allocated area. The sofa does not touch the wall behind it. The dining table does not sit pushed against a wall. The kitchen island floats in the kitchen zone with clearance on all sides. The room becomes a collection of floating islands, which sounds wrong and looks perfectly right. In large open-plan spaces, a large kitchen with peninsula or a sculptural island becomes the protagonist of the entire domestic scene. The large combined space also needs multiple rugs rather than one. One under the living area seating, a different one under the dining table. And if the kitchen has a soft zone like a reading seat or a breakfast nook, a third rug there. Multiple rugs in a large space create the visual separation that walls would provide in a smaller home, defining where each zone begins and ends without any physical boundary. Every combined space needs a style direction, a design language that runs consistently through all 3 zones and prevents the space from feeling like 3 rooms that ended up sharing a wall. In 2026, the styles working best in combined spaces are very specific. The Japandi movement has quietly become one of the most requested design directions for open-plan homes. Japandi is the design marriage of Japanese minimalism and Scandinavian hygge, combining clean lines, natural materials, and a profound respect for negative space with a Nordic love of warmth and coziness. Japandi works in combined spaces because its material language is consistent enough to run through all 3 zones without any zone feeling out of place. Light oak timber, warm white walls, matte black fixtures throughout, linen textiles, ceramic vessels, woven textures. Every one of these elements belongs equally in a kitchen, a dining area, and a living room. The cohesion is built into the style itself. Coastal style has matured well beyond seashell mirrors and anchor print pillows. The modern coastal open kitchen reads clean, airy, and effortlessly calm. Think bleached woods and creamy linen for the living zone, transitioning naturally into pale cabinetry with unlacquered brass hardware in the kitchen. The modern coastal combined space works because it operates entirely in a warm white and natural tone palette, which means all 3 zones share the same visual temperature and the transitions between them feel seamless rather than jarring. Here, oak does all the talking. Warm wood tones soften the open layout and bring a sense of continuity between cooking, dining, and lounging zones. There is something grounding about this space. It feels natural, honest, and deeply comforting, like a home that smells faintly of coffee and fresh bread. The warm wood combined space is the most universally successful style direction in 2026 because wood is the material that belongs naturally in kitchens and living rooms simultaneously. A kitchen with white oak cabinetry flows seamlessly into a living room with an oak coffee table and oak bookshelves. The same material family carries the eye continuously through all 3 zones without a single visual interruption. The lighting in a combined space is the element that creates the experience of 3 distinct rooms more powerfully than any other single design decision. And in 2026, the approach has become very specific. Use pendant lighting to visually separate areas in an open plan. A compact space made bold with clever lighting. The dining zone blends right into the kitchen without breaking the flow. The combined space lighting formula that works at any budget level operates on 3 completely independent circuits, meaning 3 separate switches, or a smart lighting system, that allows each zone to be lit and dimmed independently. Circuit 1. Kitchen. Bright, warm white task lighting for cooking. Under cabinet strips that wash the countertops. Recessed downlights on a dimmer for general kitchen brightness. These lights are at full power during cooking, dim to 30% when cooking is done and the social evening begins. Circuit 2, dining zone. One pendant, or a cluster of 3 at staggered heights, positioned directly over the center of the dining table. This light is on a separate dimmer from everything else in the room. At dinner, it dims to 50 or 60% of maximum brightness, creating a pool of warm, intimate light that makes the dining zone feel enclosed and private, even though there is no wall around it. This is the single most powerful zoning tool in any combined space. A dining pendant on its own circuit that can create a separate room out of light alone. Circuit 3, living zone. A floor lamp, a table lamp, and possibly low-level recessed lighting. All warm-toned, all dimmable, all on a circuit that is independent from the kitchen and dining zones. When the evening transitions from cooking to relaxing, the kitchen dims, the dining pendant softens, and the living zone lamps come up to create a warm, lamp-lit atmosphere in the seating area that makes it feel like the only room that is active. From oversized islands and sculptural lighting to layered rugs and multifunctional furniture, today's open spaces blend comfort with clean line sophistication. 3 circuits, 3 moods, 1 room, no walls. The furniture choices in a combined space are different from the furniture choices in separate rooms, because every piece needs to earn double its usual value. In a room where space is shared, every piece of furniture that does 2 jobs is worth twice what a single-purpose piece is worth. Choose multifunctional furniture to make every inch count. The kitchen island and dining table share the spotlight without clutter. Choose furniture with open legs to keep the layout light and airy. The multifunctional pieces that are doing the most work in combined spaces in 2026. The island that serves as dining table. A kitchen island at counter height on the cooking side with bar seating on the social side functions simultaneously as prep surface and informal dining table, eliminating the need for a separate dining table entirely in smaller combined spaces. The sofa with built-in storage. A sofa with a storage ottoman replacing the coffee table means the living zone stores throw blankets, games, and miscellaneous life without any additional furniture piece. The extendable dining table. A table that seats 4 daily and extends to seat 8 or 10 for entertaining means the dining zone never compromises on daily footprint to accommodate occasional large gatherings. A smart combo of soft neutrals, open furniture, and light what keeps a small, open-plan space cheerful. The kitchen island and dining table share the spotlight without clutter. The bench. In any combined dining zone, replacing one set of chairs with a built-in or freestanding dining bench along one wall creates several advantages simultaneously. The bench tucks fully under the table when not in use, eliminating the chair pulled-out visual clutter that makes dining zones look chaotic. The bench seats more people in the same linear footage than chairs do, and the bench can be used as additional seating for the living zone when the dining zone is not active, pulled out and positioned around the coffee table when more seating is needed for a gathering. The color strategy that makes a combined space feel designed rather than accumulated is not one color across all 3 zones. And it is not 3 completely different colors, one per zone. It is one palette, one family of tones, expressed at different intensities in each zone. The focus is on cohesive color palettes, with statement pieces that create subtle separation without breaking visual harmony. A cohesive color palette creates flow through all the spaces. Here is how the intensity gradient works in practice. Choose one color family. Let us use warm, earthy tones as an example. In the living zone, the lightest expression, warm oud on the walls, natural linen on the sofa, a jute rug. In the dining zone, the medium expression, terracotta dining chairs, warm wood table, a slightly deeper tone on the dining zone wall, if it is a distinct wall. In the kitchen, the deepest expression, forest green or deep terracotta cabinetry, warm stone countertops, unlacquered brass hardware. This design leans into softness without losing structure. Clean lines meet warm finishes, and the open plan layout feels airy without ever feeling empty. It is calm, cohesive, and beautifully restrained. From lightest to deepest, living zone, dining zone, kitchen. The eye travels naturally toward the deepest color, the kitchen, which is the functional heart of the combined space, and it rests naturally in the lightest color, the living zone, which is where the day ends and the body unwinds. That gradient is not accidental. It mirrors the energy of the day, active and warm in the kitchen, transitional in the dining zone, calm and restful in the living area. Here it is. The furniture rule I promised at the very beginning. The one expert designers use in every single open plan they design. The one that solves the most common combined space problem. The room that looks great in photographs but feels wrong to actually be in. A common mistake hosts make is pushing all the furniture against the walls to create space. Counterintuitively, this makes the room feel emptier and conversation harder. Instead, pull seating pieces toward the center and leave the perimeter for walking. Interior designers call this floating the furniture, and it creates intimate pockets where people can talk comfortably. But there is a second half to this rule that most people never hear. Not only should the furniture float, it should face inward. Every seat in the living zone faces another seat. Not a wall, not a television mounted on a distant wall. Each other. The sofa faces the armchair. The armchair faces the sofa. The coffee table sits between them. The focal point of the living zone, fireplace, bookshelf, art, is at one end of this arrangement, and every seat in the zone can see it without turning. When furniture faces inward toward each other and toward a focal point, the living zone creates a social gravity. People naturally sit down together. Conversation happens without effort. The combined space stops being a room that people stand in the middle of and drift through, and becomes a room people are pulled into and want to stay in. The island acts like a gentle anchor rather than a divider, keeping the room open while still giving each zone its own moment. What I love most is how the light moves through the space. It feels slow, intentional, and almost meditative. Slow, intentional, meditative. Those words describe what a combined space feels like when it is done completely right. Not chaotic, not compromised, not three rooms awkwardly sharing one space, but one extraordinary room that contains three complete experiences: cooking, gathering at the table, resting together, and transitions between them so seamlessly that the people living in it stop noticing the transitions at all. They just live, happily, comfortably, beautifully, in one room that is somehow, completely, all three. So there is your complete formula for living room, dining, and kitchen in one room, built for every size and every style. A layout sequence that starts with the kitchen and builds outward, never backwards from the sofa. A floor material that runs without interruption across every zone. Furniture with visible legs that let light travel under and around every piece. A drop leaf or extendable table in smaller spaces that earns its place on every dimension. A lighting system with three independent circuits that creates three moods inside one room. Japandi, modern coastal, or warm wood as the style direction that creates cohesion across all three zones without effort. A color intensity gradient from lightest living zone to deepest kitchen that mirrors the energy of a whole day. And floating furniture, arranged to face inward, that creates social gravity and makes people never want to leave. Open concept living is all about flow, designed to feel connected yet intentionally defined. Connected, intentional, defined. Three words that describe exactly what a combined space should be. And now you have exactly the formula to build one. If this video gave you the plan you've been looking for, smash that like button right now. It genuinely helps more people find this channel. Subscribe for room design guides, layout formulas, and home inspiration every single week. And drop a comment below. Which size combined space are you working with right now? Small, medium, or large? And which style direction are you going? Japandi, coastal, or warm wood? I read every single one. See you in the next room.